Hello, fellow YouTubers. I'm going to apologize in advance because I've never created a YouTube video before, but I thought it was necessary at this point because I haven't found any videos on YouTube that talk about all the possible complications from Nissen Fundoplication, which I had 6 weeks ago today, and I've probably had every complication that you can think of. I started out with an issue just swallowing water. Week 1, 2, and 3, I could hardly get anything down. If I drank anything, it would bubble up in my esophagus, and I was having problems getting dehydrated, and bowel movements weren't very easy. I just one complication after another, and I am really tired of the complications at this point because you either have maybe 1 or 2 good days out of each week so far in the 6 weeks, and then you either get nausea. Well, nausea is very common, almost daily, or you get issues with where your stomach will not like whatever you eat or whatever you drink, and you'll have I have the problem where it's called dumping syndrome, where everything that I eat or drink goes directly into my intestine, and it causes me to be nauseous and have diarrhea. So that I then got cholesterol, which backed me up too far the other way, so I got severely constipated, and my doctor took me off of that, and now it's just a nightmare. It's not fun. I mean, it's okay to eat now. The soft foods are going down a lot better than they have been. I had to do a round of steroids to actually get my esophagus to open up properly so that I can actually swallow things. But unfortunately, I still, even after getting off the cholesterol, I'm still having issues with getting severely constipated. Just yesterday, I woke up at 2:40 in the morning with severe pains, and I ended up curled up in a ball in hot water in a tub, and the pain did not subside. So I had to get a laxative to pass it, and my stomach's still recovering from that right now. But what my doctor is recommending now is that I do a more balanced diet because I'm tending to eat a lot more meats than I should have, and I think that's causing a lot of the constipation issues. Before, I think the diarrhea was caused because of some sweets, but I didn't really have that many sweets, but my stomach was just dumping everything into my intestine and just making me feel really nauseous, and I had dry heaves, and I just didn't feel well for a long time, and I still have dry heaves. I had dry heaves this morning, and it does not feel good. I have to do ondansetron to get the dry heaves to subside, and it's just I probably had every complication. I'm most likely not gonna even mention everything that I had because I just been through one thing after another, and I thought by week 6 I should be pretty well off, but I had a decent sized meal yesterday, a soft meats over at a Korean barbecue place, but I mainly only had meats, and that's and it seemed to go down fine, and I felt fine, which I knew it was kind of the calm before the storm, which really yeah, the anticipation was brutal. But at 2:40 in the morning it was just a nightmare. But I thought I would post this on YouTube and attempt my first YouTube video anyway, just to alert people out there that are thinking about getting the Nissen Fundoplication that it may be worth it, but then again, you may get all the complications along with it right before you actually go back to normal. I'm hoping by week 7 or 8 I will feel a lot more normal, but right now I'm still chugging through this. My doctor recommended that I do a more balanced diet, so a third of meat, a third of like fruits and veggies, and then a third of like grains like rice or pasta or something. So I'm going to try that now, and I will post another video if I got enough likes on this video or enough views. If you have any questions on the Nissen Fundoplication, or if you had any complications and you want to know if that's normal, I'm happy to answer any of your questions in the comments. Let's see. I just want to make sure I cover everything. Flavored water was my go-to in week 1. I got these like Skittles flavor packets, which are pretty good actually. They're 0 sugar. Put them in your water and shake it up. You gotta. I found out that if you do little sips at a time to begin with, it does not go down very well. But then again, if you do more than a little sip, it's painful. But it's worth the pain, because then you actually will get more hydrated. So I would recommend for the first week, stick to clear liquids. First, second, and possibly third week is stick to clear liquids like broth. And Jello's really hard to get down. I wouldn't recommend anything thicker than Jello. I tried applesauce week 3, and that was really painful. So stick with broth, stick with liquids. I blended up pretty much everything to a really thin consistency, and I was able to get a lot of it down. Some of it I would spit back up because it would get stuck in my esophagus, and that's because it was still very swollen, and that's why I had to do the steroids like I mentioned. And the steroids help open it up to where I could actually swallow things, but I learned that the more liquid I swallow, the easier it is for it to go down, even though it hurts. So what I'm doing now is that every bite that I take of soft food, soft food I started like week 4, I am putting water behind it. But one time I got a little carried away, though. I had a lot of water because it was having trouble going down, and I ended up having probably about 48 ounces within an hour of water, and I got severely bloated, and my stomach hurt really bad. It was so painful. Not as painful as actually this morning, but it was very painful, and I was severely bloated, and I got very nauseous, and I had to take the ondansetron, and yeah, that wasn't fun. Oh, speaking of nausea, if they prescribe you the patch that goes behind your ear, just be prepared that the patch can actually dilate your pupils and blur your vision. I went from 2013 vision to about 2050 vision in a day. So I would recommend sticking with the ondansetron if you can. If you're having nausea, um, try to get the dissolvable ones. Sometimes the dissolvable ones don't work right away. You might have to take another one, especially if you're spitting up while you're dry heaving. But you can't dry heave. I mean, you can't regular vomit, I should say. You can't vomit regularly, and it's not satisfying. I wish I could regular vomit right now because it would feel like I could get the pressure out of my stomach, but the gas doesn't know where to go sometimes, and I feel like burping or I feel like vomiting and it won't come out, and it makes me nauseous. And then I have to take the ondansetron and calm that down and try to pass it the other way. So yeah, it's an experience for sure. But on the bright side, I don't have any heartburn. Um, I I don't know if I'd recommend this procedure to anyone, but then again, they told me if I continue taking the medication that I was, which is the pantoprazole, then I could potentially get esophageal cancer, which I didn't want. I'm only 30, so yeah, that was something I had to consider. I didn't want to take medication for the rest of my life and possibly get esophageal cancer. So that's why I went with getting the surgery. I got the full Nissen Fundoplication, which is a 360-degree wrap with a hiatal hernia repair because I did have the hiatal hernia. And yeah, that was one day in the hospital, or overnight in the hospital, I should say. I went out the next day, and yeah, there is so many things. First, what I was told is that the gas pain from when they fill up your chest cavity with I think it's carbon dioxide, it makes your shoulders hurt and your back hurt for a while. Mine lasted longer than most. I still have residual shoulder pain, not as much. It kind of went away about week 4 or so. But I still have residual back pain, residual shoulder pain. They said the back pain could be because they tightened my diaphragm, but I don't know. Let's see what else. That's pretty much it. The soft foods are going down okay. Like I said, it just a lot of things irritate my stomach, and the foods that I liked before, they upset my stomach, or they make me bloated, or they make me nauseous, and I have to wait for the gas to pass. And now I'm having the constipation issues, so I'm dealing with that. So I'm just rolling with the punches, but I'm getting pretty much every side effect that you could possibly imagine. So if you guys are getting side effects and you want to ask about them and how long they last, and when they go away, that kind of thing, message me in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them for you. That's pretty much it. I just wanted to put this video on YouTube just so that other people know that they're not alone with all the side effects. If you are getting a strange side effect, always talk with your doctor. I've probably been on the phone with my nurse every week for the past 6 weeks, sometimes 2 and 3 times a week. So that's how many complications I've been having, and it's just one thing after another. My stomach's still healing. But yeah, if you have any comments, or you want me to post any answers to any questions, you want me to post another video in another week or 2, I'll be happy to do that. My name is Sean, by the way, and it's nice to get my face out there. Sorry again for the kind of shoddy YouTube video. This is my first one, so please give me a break. And well, I hope you all have a better time than I did with the Nissen Fundoplication. And like I said, I'm always here for questions, so I'll be looking for them. Have a great day. Bye-bye.